Hello and welcome back to the channel. The manhwa we are going to recap today is about a girl who faces gender discrimination and decides to fight for her rights. So let's begin our recap. At the Lorraine Empire's imperial palace, poor Ava is being hit. She wonders how many more times she will have to endure this. The one striking her is Roa, the only prince of the imperial family. He is furious that she dared to interrupt his night duties, stating that she is merely a sister and should know her place. He hits her again, claiming it is to discipline her. This man has the audacity to say that women are nothing more than childbearing machines, gaining value only when they serve a man. Oh God, this man is giving me a headache. The maid outside stands there, silent and shaken, witnessing the scene. Ava, seething with anger, thinks bitterly about how she is the princess of the empire yet. Just because she is a woman, she isn't even treated as one. A few days earlier, Marlene is walking in the dark when she spots Ava inside a room. She asks what Ava is doing there. Ava explains that she was washing her dress, as Prince Aaron had spilled tea on it. Now the garments are clean and look amazing. However, she notices that Marlene seems more downcast than usual and asks if Prince Aaron has done something to her again. Marlene quietly admits that this time, he ordered her to keep him company. She's prepared to obey even though she has a fiancé back in the countryside. A wedding was supposed to take place soon, but in this country, simply being a woman is enough to be despised. People like them are constantly looked down upon. Marlene thought she could endure more, but her voice trembles. Ava, who has grown up with Marlene her whole life, urges her to leave this country and live happily. Ava doesn't know what she can do yet, but she desperately wants to help her later. Aaron is sitting on a chair while Ava wipes the floor for him. He puts his shoe on her back, complaining that it got dirty and she'd better clean it off after all. She's the best at doing this. More importantly, he demands to know why Marlene hasn't arrived yet. He growls that if she's even a second late, he'll strip her and expose her. Disgust twists Ava's stomach. She informs him that Marlene has fallen ill and won't be able to come today. Ava sent her away and told her to rest. Aaron immediately begins shouting. Enraged by the news, he scoffs, claiming he doesn't care about Marlene's health. The rant continues as he mutters that the situation reminds him that Ava is still a virgin. He spits out the words like venom, sneering that she can't even handle one man and exists solely to spread her legs. He calls her a worthless princess and hits her again. This blow triggers a flashback. In her past life, modern and gray, she's being scolded by her boss, who mocks her for being a woman. He says women should know their boundaries and not defy his orders. The pervert leans in and whispers something vile into her ear. If she can't satisfy him with her body, he'll have no choice but to give her a difficult task. That was the final straw. She pushes him away and runs. At home, things are no better. Her brother shoots her a furious glare for returning late. He yells at her for not cooking dinner and slams her head into the wall. She questions why she has to prepare food just because she's a woman. She's not a maid, not a slave. She's really doing her best. But again and again, it never seems to be enough. Now, in this life, Ava begins to remember it all, every moment from her previous existence. She had died from the crushing pressure of overwork, from the abuse of her boss and her brother. If she doesn't resist now, she fears she will die the same way again. Aaron shouts at her once more, asking if she wants to learn the lesson all over again. He calls her a useless creature. All her life, Ava has endured this abuse without ever fighting back. But now, for the first time, she thinks that this is wrong. This time, she won't stay silent. She tells herself firmly that she is not going to agree with his way of thinking. Aaron, completely stunned, demands to know what the hell Ava is even talking about. She stands her ground and calmly states that women are not tools for bearing children. They are human beings, each with a will of their own, just like men. Aaron scoffs in disbelief. How dare she suggest that women and men are the same? His face twists with rage as he lunges at her, intending to strike her as a lesson, but unlike before, this time Ava doesn't silently endure it. She swiftly dodges the incoming punch. The sudden move causes Aaron to stumble and fall flat on the ground. It's almost funny, serves him right. Ava lets out a scoff, remarking that in the end, all he knows is violence. Without women, he wouldn't even exist in this world, and he'd better not forget that Aaron lies there. Stunned, Marlene, who has been watching from the side, is also frozen in disbelief. Just then, someone calls out from behind, scolding Aaron in a calm yet firm voice. Aaron quickly turns and asks who it is. The man steps forward and introduces himself as Noah. Oh damn, He's blindingly handsome. Noah apologizes for arriving late and explains that he's here to escort Eren to His Majesty. Hearing that, Eren groans, so it's his father calling. He has no choice but to go. But before he leaves, he throws one last warning at Ava, saying he'll return to discipline her again. Noah doesn't respond to Eren's words. Instead, just before leaving, he glances at Ava. His gaze lingers a moment longer, and he quietly instructs his servant to treat Ava's wounds. Noah OGOD.as soon as they're gone, Ava collapses to the floor, blinking in disbelief. She did it. She didn't lose to her brother this time. Marlene rushes to her side, calling her name in panic. Worried as she sees the blood, Ava brushes it off, saying that it's nothing more than a scratch. Still, Marlene insists that they need to apply ointment or it will leave a scar. A night watching from a distance scoffs, muttering that this is what women get for defying a prince. Ava snaps her head toward him, her voice cold and sharp. She reminds him that she is the princess of the nation and that she is not going to be insulted by a mere knight. That's my girl. Let's go. The knight stiffens, quickly apologizing. Ava dismisses him with a wave, saying that it's enough and he can leave now. Marlene stands by, completely in shock at seeing Ava like this, so confident, so unshaken. Ava tells her that she won't repeat herself. Women are not puppets. She is going to fight for her own freedom and for her rights as a member of the imperial family. The next day, Ava is walking toward the mountains. Eren had ordered her to go there and do the laundry. She knows no one is going to scold him for it. After all, in this world, laundry is considered women's work, and she is seen as a worthless woman. She doesn't know how she'll prove that women can compete too, but then she hears some commotion. A large number of knights are gathered nearby. It's Noah. He's standing before them, commanding them all to charge at him and not to hold back. The knights charge, but Noah breaks their swords with ease. As expected, he's incredibly strong. They all admire him. Seeing this, Ava's eyes light up. The Lorraine Empire is a full-fledged military nation where strength is respected above all else. If she can achieve merit on the battlefield, that will be the best way to gain acknowledgement. She practiced kendo in her past life she's used to combat. She decides she'll try to negotiate her way into the battlefield. But wait, dear viewers, if you thought the king was any better than Eren, you're sorely mistaken. In the royal chamber, the king is demanding Simon step away from the door. Simon refuses, saying that the empress has been injured since that day and hasn't recovered yet. He begs the king to show some mercy, but the old pervert has the audacity to reply that he'll just add another injury. He pushes Simon aside violently. Just then, Ava appears before the king. She declares that she wishes to speak with him. The king snarls that he's not in the mood, and she should step back immediately. She begs him for just a little time. He scoffs, asking if she really thinks someone like her deserves his precious attention. She must have a death wish. Ava raises her head and tells him that if he is going to kill her, then let her choose the place where she wants to die. Intrigued, the king leans forward and asks, "Oh, where?" She finally answers she wishes to die on the battlefield. Even the empress hears the commotion, and the king eventually asks her to quiet down, saying that things are getting boring now. He then leaves, adding that if she truly wishes to die, she can do as she pleases. After that, he hands the rest of the documents to Simon. Simon turns to her and informs her that he will handle the battlefield arrangements, and until then, she should keep her affairs in order. She asks him what he means by that, and he glares at her. After all, she is going to die out there. But he can tell she's not looking for a meaningless death. He assures her that it's fine, since there's no way a little girl like her is going to survive on the battlefield anyway. She gets furious at his cold-blooded and nasty attitude. No wonder he's the chancellor and her father's aide. But that doesn't mean she plans on dying a meaningless death either. Not this time. In her past life, her brother had come to her, furious, asking if she had lost her mind. Her finals were the next day. He had glared at her, demanding she withdraw immediately, acting as if she were trying to shame him. He had shouted at her, saying if she really didn't want to end up as a corpse who couldn't even hold a bamboo stick, she'd better pull out. And in that life, she had given in to his threats, but she remembers clearly she was able to fight for the nation. Of course, she doesn't expect to win the battlefield with her kendo skills, so if she's going to ask for guidance this time, it's going to be from Noah. Meanwhile, Noah is working when he accidentally spills all the documents. He curses under his breath and complains to Jaden, saying that not only did Jaden make him work with him, but now he's just adding more work. Jaden looks at him with concern and says that it's really not right for him to be working this hard for Eren, and that he should take a break. But Noah says it's impossible. If he rests, the entire economy will collapse. Jaden stands up and says that this isn't normal. Why is a regular knight like Noah a mere aide, carrying so much responsibility? But Noah, loyal as ever, replies like a devoted puppy that if it's the command of the prince, he really can't say no. Jaden sighs, muttering that while Noah is being cursed under this mountain of work, Eren is either bullying his sister or sleeping around. He wonders out loud how someone like Eren is even in charge. Noah knows Jaden is worried about him, but he can't say things like that, especially not when they're true. That's when Ava bursts into the room, calling for Noah and announcing that she has a request. The boys are startled to see her. Jaden quickly returns to his post and asks her what kind of request she's here to make. She looks all happy and excited as she says she came to ask Noah to teach her swordsmanship, stares at her but then flatly rejects her request, telling her to leave because he's extremely busy. She begs him to at least hear her out. Realizing things aren't going well and she won't get anywhere like this, she changes the subject. She looks around and sees the ruined crop harvest grapes, in particular, and casually mentions that even though they're damaged, they can still be used to make wine. Noah freezes, stunned by what she says out loud. He asks if that's really possible. She explains confidently that yes, they just need to press the grapes while they're frozen. It's a common method in her past life, though it doesn't seem to be well known here. He considers it normally. Those grapes would be discarded, but trying wouldn't hurt. She smiles and says that's right, they should at least try, as it would benefit everyone. Seeing her like this, he wonders if she normally smiles this way and if she really came up with that idea just by glancing at the report. He then asks her if she truly wants to learn swordsmanship. If she's able to help him with the rest of the reports, he might be able to make time to teach her. She jumps at the opportunity, agreeing without hesitation. She promises she will definitely do it, and in the end, she actually finishes all the work. Afterward, she lies down to take a nap. Noah laughs softly to himself, joking that she really did everything imperfectly, too. He gently puts a blanket over her as she sleeps. The next day, she wakes up thinking about how she actually fell asleep just like that. She feels confident now. Noah is there too, sipping on good tea and looking refreshed despite his workload. He mentions he's looking forward to working with her again. She groans at the thought again. She had just finished everything yesterday. And what about her precious sword lessons? But Noah replies that if she wants his time, she'll have to work hard for it. For now, he's going to accompany Eren. She wonders if she might have chosen the wrong person. Only 2 months remain until she departs for war. Will she be ready by then? That's when her eyes land on a paper. It's an invoice addressed to Eren and the amount is enormous. It makes her wonder why someone like him would spend that much money. That evening, after completing her tasks, she feels even more stunned. The invoice wasn't for military expenses, it was for luxury goods for women. That amount could have fed hundreds of soldiers. She wonders what her father would say if he saw this level of wastefulness. Just then, Noah approaches her. She informs him that she's completed all the documents he gave her. He drops to his knees and asks her to forgive him. He admits that the paperwork he assigned her today was the amount he usually takes a week to complete. He had done it on purpose, hoping that if he overwhelmed her, she would give up and leave him alone. But more than that, he needed to know if she was capable of assisting him. She can tell now that everything he did was a test, and he finally understands that this is truly important to her, that she genuinely wants to learn swordsmanship. On top of that, her administrative skills are nothing short of remarkable. True to his word, he promises to train her in swordsmanship. For the first time, someone is acknowledging her skills, and she's genuinely happy. Later, they are at the training grounds. She manages to pull off a strike, and though her form is rough, Noah is impressed by her instincts. He asks if she's learned swordsmanship before. She lies and says she just copied what she read in a book because, let's be honest, she can't exactly tell him it's a Japanese martial art called kendo. Says they should go for another round. Noah notes that her fundamental abilities are strong. She keeps surprising him with both her sword skills and her administrative aptitude. She's far better than Eren. Eventually, Eren arrives at the scene, baffled by what's going on. The knights greet him, but he scowls when he sees Ava holding a sword. He yells at her, outraged that a woman is doing something so disgraceful. He sneers at her outfit, saying it looks like she still needs discipline. He demands that she come to him. Ava freezes in fear. Is he really going to ruin her? Sword training now, but Noah steps forward and apologizes, saying that if Eren continues shouting, he'll have to ask him to leave because Ava is in the middle of training. Eren shouts back that women don't need sword training, and Noah, as his knight, should know better. But Noah firmly counters that gender is irrelevant when it comes to skill, and that Ava's talent is worth nurturing. He adds that he intends to polish her abilities so she can be of use in the future. Also notices how Eren flinches at the sight of the sword and orders the knights to escort him away. Left with no other choice, Eren mocks that he has better things to do and leaves. But as he walks away, he bitterly thinks that Ava must have seduced Noah, and he won't forgive her for it. Noah turns back to Ava and apologizes for the interruption. They resume training. She thanks him, but he simply says he only did what was right. She's surprised. Noah didn't judge her for being a woman. He's completely different from her brother. Back at the palace, she feels tired, but it's a pleasant sort of tiredness. Just when things are starting to feel a bit better, Eren shows up. He grabs her by the hair. She tries to resist, but he yanks her forward, dragging her through the palace. He takes her to an unused well and shoves her inside. Laughing, he says this place suits her. He shouts at her, demanding to know how she dared to get carried away and try to learn his work because she's nothing but a rat. He mocks her, telling her to stay there and reflect on her existence. Ava realizes, too late, that she let her guard down. This place is isolated, no one ever comes here. She wonders, panicked, how on earth she's going to get out. Noah is informed by the knight that Ava's sword has been found. The knight tells him it was recovered from the northern corridor. This is the sword that Noah personally lent to Ava, and upon realizing this, he immediately senses that something is wrong. He can't imagine Ava parting with a sword like that so casually. Worry begins to rise within him as he considers the possibility that something may have happened to her. Without hesitation, he rushes toward the corridor where the sword was discovered. When he reaches the end of the hallway, he notices the well. Something feels off, so he approaches it. As he nears, he hears someone inside Ava's voice, weak but clear, calling out that she needs help and that she's stuck down there. Noah instantly assures her that she doesn't need to worry, that he's going to get her out soon. He quickly ties a rope and lowers it into the well, helping her climb out safely. He immediately checks if she's okay and tells her that she is safe now. Ava thanks him for saving her, but before she can say much more, she loses consciousness. Alarmed, Noah calls out to her, his heart sinking with concern. He wonders just how long she has been trapped down there. No one is supposed to be using this well. Why was she there? As he looks around the area, he picks up a brooch lying nearby. It belongs to Eren. Shock floods through him. He can't believe Eren would treat his only sister like this, carrying Ava on his back. He questions whether someone who acts like this truly deserves to rule the empire. The next morning, Ava wakes up and begins practicing again. As she wakes up, the memory of being saved comes back to her. She remembers being in her room. Merlin had informed her that Noah was the one who brought her back, and even when she was about to lose consciousness, she could see how worried he truly was. A knock comes from behind, and someone challenges her to a duel. Ava accepts without hesitation. They begin the duel, but Ava loses the match. The knights say that since they are here, they might as well teach her what a real fight is. She accepts the challenge again. Once more, she loses the match. Frustrated and overwhelmed, she says that she surrenders. But then Noah appears, stepping in to stop the sparring. He asks Ava to help him with some documents. The knights burst out laughing at the thought of a woman like her ever beating them. Even if she is a princess, they say, she should know her place and accept that she is worthless. These words hit Ava hard. It's all extremely frustrating to her. But deep down, she knows they're right, at least for now. She lacks everything. But the good thing is that she realizes this truth early on. There is still time. She can still get stronger. And so she does. After undergoing many changes and pushing herself day after day, 2 months later, she finally defeats the same knight who had once beaten her. The knight kneels and begs for her forgiveness. All the knights watching are stunned and glad to see that she has become so strong. They start to praise her. Noah observes this quietly. He notices that she has taken command of the knights in no time at all and has learned and improved at an astonishing pace. He wonders just what drives her to be so passionate about it. Wanting to confirm his thoughts, he approaches her and remarks on how much she has improved. She thinks maybe this is the right track after all. There's only 1 month left until she heads to the battlefield. If she hadn't improved by now, it would have been a serious problem for her fiancé. Noah then tells her that Simon mentioned she had been looking for a place to die. She immediately denies any desire to die. He asks if she is trying to flee from the country. Ava responds with firm resolve there is no way she would ever betray her homeland. She says that her goal is not just to survive, but to be recognized by the empire and to uncover the truth of the people. If she wants to become the empress, then she must earn that recognition. Noah is shaken to hear that she wants to become the empress. He has never once considered that possibility. Ava tells him that it isn't impossible. There is no rule in the empire that says a woman cannot take the throne. It's just that no one has ever imagined a woman sitting on the throne. She wants to change that. She wants to build a country where men and women are truly equal. Noah silently reflects. He realizes he had completely forgotten the purpose of their duty to serve the people. Not just the imperial family. But Ava never forgot that. Not even after everything she's been through. He closes his eyes for a moment and then tells her that he has something important to do. So he'll be taking his leave. First, Noah goes to meet Aaron. As Aaron sees him, he remarks that Noah has arrived at the perfect time they need to head to Terran. As the women around them flock toward Aaron, they start whispering and admiring the fact that he's with Noah. But Noah calmly tells him that he has a request to make. That request is simple. He wants to resign from his post as Aaron's aide. Aaron goes to Ava, declaring that he wants to duel her for Noah's ownership. He's furious, as he believes she's trying to take away his aide. Ava doesn't fully understand what he's talking about, but Aaron tells her to stay quiet. Noah, to him, is a deeply trusted aide, and he refuses to lose him. It would hurt him too much. He plans to use this duel as an excuse to push Ava out of the way. She has no right to take what is his. If he wins, Noah will respect him again. In his eyes, it's the perfect plan to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Noah arrives from behind just then. Ava finally understands what this duel is truly about. She thinks this might be a good opportunity. She asks if Aaron will really let Noah resign if she wins. Aaron makes it clear only if she wins. Ava accepts the duel without hesitation. Aaron says the match will take place in 3 days and warns her to watch her back. Noah looks at Ava, his expression unreadable, while Aaron, gleaming with pride, tells him to follow. Ava thinks that if she wins, she will finally be able to free Noah. 3 days later, all the knights gather to witness the duel. Noah is tense, watching everything unfold. Jaden, in contrast, smiles as he finds the idea of siblings fighting over Noah quite entertaining. Noah can't understand why Aaron is so fixated. He has plenty of other aides who can serve him. Jaden pats Noah on the shoulder and tells him he's underestimating his own worth. Aaron appears, and the knights murmur amongst themselves, seeing that he is wearing such heavy armor almost laughable. Ava arrives as well. They now stand face to face, ready for the match. The duel begins. Aaron quickly notices that he's being pushed back. He grits his teeth in disbelief. There's no way he's going to lose to a woman. He has never lost a duel to anyone before. Jaden asks Noah how strong Aaron truly is. Noah replies that everyone Aaron ever fought with deliberately let him win. They didn't want to upset him. Ava analyzes the situation and realizes she might really be able to win. Aaron's heavy armor is making his movements slow and clumsy. She thinks that flipping him over will be as easy as flipping a turtle. She charges, and with a swift move, knocks him flat to the ground. She asks if he is going to continue. Aaron groans that his hand is bleeding. The moment he sees his own royal blood, he faints on the spot. Ava calls out for some knights to come help him. Then, she turns to Noah and asks if he is free now. He is just about to answer when someone announces that the king has arrived. All eyes turn. The king's gaze lands on Ava, and she immediately wonders if he saw her skills during the duel. He glares at her, declaring that it seems she doesn't know her place. Ava boldly responds that Aaron also dropped the duel and that scolding her for no reason is completely unreasonable, but the king won't have it. He shouts at her to keep quiet. How dare a mere woman like her speak to the crown prince like that? Ava realizes she may have gone too far. The king calls for his whipping stick, claiming that a girl like her needs proper punishment. He begins to whip her. Noah tries to intervene, but Jaden stops him. The whipping stick eventually snaps. The king scoffs, saying that she's lucky today, then turns and leaves. Noah rushes to Ava, who has been taken to the infirmary. She thanks him for bringing her there. He replies that he only wishes for her to heal quickly. But Ava tells him this pain is nothing. She knows the battlefield will be far worse, compared to what her brother and father have done. This is mild. Noah, finally serious and determined, asks her if she will allow him to serve her. He truly wants to protect her. Ava thinks to herself that she does want him by her side, but wonders if he's sure. Serving a worthless princess like her might not take him very far. But Noah smiles and tells her that now he is free from Eren. He can choose whom he wants to serve. He kneels before her, declaring that from now on, he is her sword. He will go wherever she goes. He presents his sword to her. If she allows it, he says, he will be truly glad to call this his honeyed loyalty. Marlene enters, bringing Ava food. Soon after, Simon arrives. He comments that Ava looks better now. Then, he delivers big news: her deployment has been decided. She will leave tomorrow. Everyone is worried. She still doesn't know how to ride a horse. They wonder how she's going to survive on the battlefield like this. The place Simic chooses to send her is the Saria territory, where a rebellion is currently underway. Noah informs her that this is the same land he once conquered alongside Eren 3 years ago. But since it was annexed through peaceful negotiations, he never thought it would turn into a war zone again. Back then, the Saria Empire had been vast, and they hadn't stood a chance of winning by force. That's why he thinks now that the king made the right decision by resolving it through diplomacy. It was during that time that the Saria kingdom officially became a territory. The lord of that former empire had 3 daughters: Flora, Aurelia, and Amelia. Noah reflects that perhaps someone like Everett might have once chosen war, only to later stop for the sake of his people's safety. Ava is convinced that something drastic must have happened. After all, they haven't imposed anything on the locals, and it's not as if Saria has acquired any major power to rival the Lorraine Empire. They wonder what exactly went wrong. The knight informs them that they are just about to reach the border. Ahead lies the Saria territory. Ava thinks that once they arrive, they'll get to the bottom of this. After all, nothing is more trustworthy than what one sees with their own eyes. But as they approach the border, a knight stationed there says that no one is allowed to pass from this point. Ava addresses him, assuming he must be Captain Frit, and tells him that she has direct orders from His Majesty. If he hasn't been informed yet, she urges him to confirm. Frit scoffs, clearly unimpressed. He tells her she doesn't seem to understand the situation. According to the key order he received, he is allowed to do whatever he wishes with Ava and her attendant. She cannot believe it. Eren is actually blocking them from even entering the war zone. Just then, an arrow is fired in their direction. Noah reacts immediately, blocking it. The soldier on the tower laughs, saying they're free to go now, but they'd better leave their luggage behind. If they're only here to collect things, maybe they'll be let inside. Ava tells Noah to stay calm. The arrowheads were removed. It was just a warning shot. She reflects that Noah, of all people, should be treated with far more respect here. Frit gives a final message to Noah that Eren says he'll make sure Noah regrets leaving him to go with Ava. Then he slams the gate closed. At a safer spot, Noah tells her that they've unloaded everything. Ava is relieved that the other soldiers she brought along have been taken in, but Noah is still clearly fuming. He can't accept the way they're being treated just because she's a woman. She tells him to let it go. The royal court operates the same way, and people are like that. He grumbles that even so, it's just not right. Still, he admits that things are better now, because he's with her. But since they're in the middle of a battlefield, with enemies nearby, they can't afford to start any internal conflict either. She agrees wholeheartedly. She says that's exactly why she has no reason to stay away from the fort. Once she's able to send everyone inside, she'll have the freedom to move. Noah blinks, confused. What is she even saying? That's when she pulls out a dress, declaring that she's going to infiltrate the Saria territory. Noah instantly protests. There's no way she's going in there dressed like that. Charging into enemy territory is far too dangerous. But she assures him that she'll be fine. Besides, they need to uncover what really caused the war. If they go in looking like a married couple, no one will suspect a thing. Noah is stunned. Isn't that way too inappropriate? She tells him that if he's really worried about her safety, then being with him is the safest place she could be. He mutters that maybe he should just become her husband. Then they do need to investigate. After all, and now they're waiting at the castle gates, preparing to enter. Noah suddenly pulls her closer. His sudden shift into husband mode almost too good. He grabs her hand and says they should walk like this. The boy is clearly having fun. She knows it's all for protection, but she still can't stop herself from blushing. The gate knight asks for their pass, but once he sees their newlyweds, he gets excited and waves them through, wishing them a good trip. Noah whispers to her that her act was actually pretty good. She thinks too. herself that she never knew he was so skilled at dealing with women. Then he adds that she must be hungry by now and they should probably eat something. They roam the streets and see that it is really lively. A shop owner calls out to Noah and suggests that he buy this beautiful pair of earrings for his wife. Noah thinks they would suit her a lot. Then he casually asks the madam if she's heard about some kind of rebellion happening. The madam replies that she isn't sure. As Saria is all about peace, thanks to Noah's smooth-talking skills, they are able to talk with people and gather intel from various sources. But so far, they haven't found anything useful. Besides, this town is a lot farther from the actual war zone. He asks her to wait while he checks something. She thinks that Noah pulls off a really good act at the gates posing as her husband. She hadn't expected him to manage it so convincingly. Also, she begins to notice how well Noah deals with women. One girl seems like she's already falling for him. But again, this guy is so handsome. Why would any woman dare to leave him? The women in Saria look so lively. They are all beautiful and vibrant. Noah returns and hands her a drink. She tastes it, it's delicious. He tells her it is sweet wine, a special drink of Saria. To her, it tastes like the hot wine she used to drink in Japan. Except this one is chilled. She used to drink it a lot when she was tired. She's happy to find it again. Noah is glad she likes it. She tells him that she's really happy, but now it's time to get going. As she gets up, she accidentally leaves her pocket money pouch behind. A girl passing by notices it. The lady tries to return it, but as soon as she hears Ava's accent, she recognizes that she is from the Lorraine Empire. The girl quickly turns away while Ava wonders where her money went. Ava spots the girl holding her wallet. Not wanting to make things awkward, she thanks the girl for picking it up. The girl looks at Ava for a long time and asks if this really belonged to her. Ava smiles and says she'd like to treat her for finding the wallet. As they are just heading to lunch, the girl scoffs as if she would really eat with people from Lorraine. Ava is confused. How did she know they were from Lorraine? The girl starts explaining. Obviously, it's their accent. And Noah carries a massive sword. Ava also has that outdated wallet. She even points out that they don't wear the trendy bags everyone in Saria carries now. Ava, intrigued, says that if the girl knows so much, she'd like to hear more about the latest trends and news. She grabs the girl's hand, insisting they have a friendly chat. Noah laughs at the interaction. Meanwhile, his gaze shifts to someone who seems suspicious to him. Ava offers the girl some fruit wine. The girl drinks it. Ava then says that Saria is truly beautiful and she addresses her directly, calling her Princess Emilia. Emilia is shocked. How did Ava know her name? Ava recognized her from the portrait, based on the information she had gathered. Emilia is 15, old enough to understand the world around her. Ava introduces herself as Ava, which causes another shockwave through Emilia. She is stunned to hear that this is the Princess of Lorraine. Immediately, she becomes defensive and asks if they're here to capture her. Ava calmly replies, why would they capture her? Emilia accuses her anyway. She says she noticed Ava watching her wallet earlier, and just like her sister, they will capture her too. Both Ava and Noah are shaken. What is she talking about? What sister? Emilia explains. It was Aurelia. She was captured. Ava is shocked and says that she doesn't know anything about this. Before she can ask further, the former king suddenly bursts into the room, demanding how dare they try to take away another daughter. Emilia runs to her father, all happy. Noah quickly realizes that the suspicious man from earlier was actually Emilia's bodyguard. The man, Mia, apologizes to Everett and says there seems to be a misunderstanding. Everett, however, recognizes Noah. And if that is Noah, then Ava must be the daughter of the hated king of Lorraine. He draws his sword, declaring that meeting him here must be her misfortune because her father's bad deeds are going to be paid off with her life. She knows, just as expected, that Everett is holding a grudge against her father. So Ava asks if she can have a word with him. Everett says that he first trusted her father, and that trust made him lose everything now. He is not going to trust anyone from that family, and it will end today with her. He is about to strike her down, but just in time, Noah drags his sword away. The king scoffs, remarking that first it was the crown prince, and now he stands with the princess. Noah replies that regardless of what Everett is saying, he cannot step back. Ava tells Noah that it is all right. She acts composed, almost casual, as if she truly welcomes their strike. Even here, she doesn't know the full truth, and still, she says she won't reveal anything to them. But before they do anything, they will have to tell her the reason, and after that, she will gladly give them her life. Everett thinks that this girl truly has the nerves of Stella. Even with the blade this close to her, she doesn't flinch at all. He tells her that it's all good, they will talk somewhere else. As they are walking, everyone in the street is bowing to Everett. Ava can't help but notice that he is indeed being praised by everyone. She knows that ever since they left that place, someone has been following her. She wonders if they are trying to kill her or worse. Suddenly, the assailant comes charging straight at Everett, intending to kill him. Ava steps in front of Everett, and the blade grazes her side. Noah rushes to catch the attacker, asking Ava if she's all right. She assures him that she is fine and it's just a little scratch on her hand. The man speaks, claiming now it is clear she has been working with Saria and it's a good thing they didn't allow them to enter the fort. Ava asks him if he really thinks that a knight, acting alone in enemy territory, isn't dangerous. The knight shouts back at her, questioning why a worthless princess like her should get involved. She calls him a fool. The knight becomes angry and yells that she dares to call him a fool after switching sides, and even calls her a slut. Noah has had enough. He draws his sword and holds it to the knight's throat. Ava immediately apologizes to Everett on the knight's behalf. She earnestly pleads to spare his life. Even the knight is shocked. Everett thinks that not only is she protecting their enemy, but now she is also bowing to him. She might truly be different from her father. In the end, the knight is sent to custody, and Ava is invited to have dinner. The meal turns out to be very good. Everett thanks her for saving him. She tells him that even though she is a princess, she has no authority over the knights, and though she came to resolve matters, she ended up putting him and his daughter in danger. She bows her head, asking for forgiveness. She adds that Saria is such a vast land it doesn't look like a land of war. Everett says that the war with her empire is more of a personal grudge, and he tries to avoid war because of the civilian casualties. She tells him that she heard Saria took up arms because of her emperor and asks him why that is. He explains that her father told him that if he married Floria to the man he had chosen, then he would release his two daughters, Aurelia and Floria. Floria had agreed to the marriage for Aurelia's sake, but she died and the two daughters were never returned. Ava says that she is truly sorry. She knows that of course he can't trust someone like her, but she wants him to let her handle this. Continuing the war won't bring any results, and Aurelia will never return that way. But she has a plan that might bring her back. Everett thinks that she is the daughter of that man, and he really shouldn't believe her. But she did save him and his daughter, so perhaps it's worth giving her a chance. He tells her that he will let her try, but if she fails, she will have to atone with her life. This is another battlefield for her, but she is all in for it. And if her predictions are right, she just might be able to bring peace to Saria. Now, Noah is deeply worried. He wonders why Ava would make such a promise when there's no guarantee they'll be able to save Aurelia. Ava, however, assures him it's alright, she will go and find Aurelia no matter what. When he questions if she thinks she's capable of handling it, she calmly responds that it's not about that. He takes her hand, telling her that she is taking her own life far too lightly. He understands her desire to save Aurelia, but he wants her to take care of herself too. She nods, repeating, okay, agreeing that she has made emotional promises in the past. Still, she says that if she ever does something like this again, she will consult him first. But this time, she insists, they actually have a winning chance. Noah is surprised. What? She smiles brightly and says it's all because of him and Aaron. Now they're in a position to rearrange the information. It had all started when Floria rejected Aaron. Noah remembers it clearly. At the time, the king had been furious because the rejection had brought disgrace to their honor. To take revenge, they had imposed double taxes. Noah hadn't been aware of this because it wasn't recorded in the official government tax records. As a result, Lady Aurelia, deeply saddened, had started stealing valuable items from merchants and distributing them among the people of Saria. But eventually, the truth came out through an investigation. She was arrested. Everett had tried negotiating with her father to have her released. Even after doing everything that was asked of him, Aurelia never returned. Now, Noah is visibly angry. It's truly unfair. He's frustrated that no one told them about any of this. Simon had kept everything hidden from them and wanted to suppress Saria through force. But this time, Ava is determined not to let that happen. After hearing all this, she remembers something. In the past 3 months, while assisting Noah, she came across a newly discovered contract. It was signed between the Duke of the Kingdom of Sirius and Aaron. A significant amount of money had been exchanged. Noah is confused. Why? Aaron has no interest in politics. Ava is certain that her father is the one pulling the strings. She suspects it must be related to Aurelia. If she's right, then Aurelia might be in the kingdom of Sirius. Noah is impressed by her sharp observation. Even though he had seen the documents, he had dismissed them as just another one of Aaron's extravagant expenses. But the date matches, and her theory that her father is conducting trade under Aaron's name is not impossible, though it's still only speculation. I'll need to investigate further. But it will be too dangerous and difficult for her to go in person. Noah says that in that case, he will handle the investigation himself. Ava is happy that he's willing. But she quickly becomes worried again. If her father is involved, it could become truly dangerous. Noah tells her to leave it to him. He already has someone perfectly suited for the task. Now we shift to Maxim, who is reading a letter from Marlene, his sister. She writes that she is genuinely enjoying her time with her husband, Albert. Maxim is happy to see her happy. In her letter, she asks him to take care of himself, and especially of Ava. She says Ava is someone who must be cherished and clearly instructs him to protect her no matter what. Ava is, in her words, the gem of the empire. Maxim is taken aback. What? He thinks that just because Ava helped Marlene once, she now worships her. If Ava hadn't been around, Marlene wouldn't have gotten Aaron's attention in the first place. Noah enters then, apologizing for keeping Maxim waiting. Maxim replies that if it's an order from Noah, he'll go anywhere, but Noah says the order comes from Ava. He's entrusting this mission to him. Maxim feels a little conflicted. Not only is it his sister who's asking him, but now even Noah seems to be deeply devoted to Ava. He thinks that if Noah had served under Aaron instead, he would have risen quite high in the empire. And if Ava truly is that dangerous, seeing his face, Noah asks if he has something to say. Maxim admits that he does have one question: why is Noah so devoted to Ava, especially when she is widely known as the worthless princess? He wants to know if Noah plans to change sides. Noah realizes that Maxim truly doesn't know her and that he's fallen for the rumors. Still, Maxim is a trustworthy man, so Noah answers firmly, saying he will need to keep this in his mind. Ava is the princess who is going to become the next empress.